Hey guys, J-Man here. All right, we're here with the weekly X-Men talk. I am back from Gotham Central Comics in Mississauga, my main comic shop, my favorite comic shop. I did not go last Wednesday, though I did do reviews last Wednesday, so check out last Wednesday's X-Men talk. I picked up a lot of stuff. A lot of this is from before, so I'm just going to show it to you and then we're going to move on. Variant cover for Giant Size Storm, #1. I liked this one. Excalibur. So this is all from last week's lot. All of those have been reviewed. Hellions, #4. I love Hellions. Maybe my favorite. I'm going to go ahead and say it's my favorite. X-Men #12 with my buddy Summoner on the cover there. Daredevil 22. Daredevil's a personal favorite of mine. I do not review it on this channel. I got to keep some things for myself. Immortal Hulk, I also do not review on this channel, though I do a Hulk segment called Gamma Zone with my buddy Steve. Immortal Hulk #0. Again, we may get to these eventually. Maestro #2 variant cover. I really enjoyed the first Maestro, so I went ahead and just subbed that. Marvel Snapshots. I did not review this last week, but it's Alex Ross cover, and Cyclops is like my second favorite character, if not my first favorite character. Immortal She-Hulk #1. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Now, all of the books this week, a lot of them have the Chadwick Boseman banner at the top. We all know what happened with Mr. Boseman, who was just fantastic as Black Panther. I thought he was the best thing in Civil War. The Black Panther movie I do really like a lot. It's not my favorite Marvel movie or whatever, but I thought he was so awesome. He himself is awesome. I wasn't a big fan of what happened with my buddy Claw, who's one of my favorites, who kind of got the shaft a little bit in that movie. But anyway, that's a different thing. All right, here's the big one, ladies and gentlemen. The big one here. X of Swords, or you can call it 10 of Swords. I'm probably going to just go back and forth between 10 and X, depending on how I say it. Probably 10 of Swords because it's got this whole tarot card motif. I normally do spoilers on my reviews, but I'm going to go ahead and not do spoilers on this one, really, because this is a thick book. This is like 3 books. It was like something like 70 pages or whatever. So you're getting like 3 issues in one here, and it feels very good. I was like, not super dying to read this story or looking forward to it that much, but after reading it, I really liked it a lot, and I want to have this really open. If you guys have any thoughts on what you think is going to happen in this series, let me know. Are you excited about it? Did you read it? What were your thoughts on it? I'm looking forward to completing this. It looks really amazing. So let's go through it real quick here. Very, very basic. Let's take a look at some of the artwork in this because it's really nice. It's really nice. Let me show you a couple of other pages that just go through some of the beginning here. I like this design. Just random, not just a random comment. So it's like, let me see if I can find a cool page here. Ooh, I can't show you that page because but hey, Polaris and Havoc. Oh yeah, 2 of my favorites, and also Banshee is in this. I love Banshee. Back here you can't see. He's made out of wood. I've got Namor as well, and Cyclops. Dark Horse did these wooden statues. I don't know if they're hand carved or what, but they're really, really nicely done. You can't see him; he's behind all of the other statues there. Polaris, one of my favorites. Tattoo of Polaris, love her. Okay, so basically a little bit of a backstory. This has a lot going on in this one. So Otherworld is being attacked by these guys who I'm not gonna tell you who they are because it's a little bit, I think it's a spoiler because I don't think they mentioned this in any of the other books. I could be wrong, but I don't think they have because I think it was a spoiler. So these really cool looking characters. Let me see if I can show you a picture of them. They're pretty damn awesome. You've seen them in other X stuff if you've been collecting. They all look like kind of like Egyptian gods, like Anubis and Ra and all that stuff. So they've got this Egyptian motif, which, I mean, right there is a spoiler. But anyways, so they're attacking Otherworld, and the X-Men are gonna have to stop it, right? Let's just get to the basics here. That's the basics of what's going on, right? Reading a comic that it's going to be the X-Men fighting these guys, right? That's standard. Now, the Ten of Swords plays an important part later on. You'll definitely understand where it's going as you're reading it. So, without spoilers, I am excited to see what happens, even though this concept of what is ultimately going to happen has been done in other various miniseries that are very known to people. So it's nothing new per se. It's not really anything new that we haven't seen before. But I don't care because I'm excited to see it anyways. And once they start, telling you exactly what's going to happen, maybe I'll run a few, some discussions on, who do you think, what do you think will happen in each case or whatever. It's pretty obvious as you start to read, especially when you get to the last third of the book. You're like, okay, I think I know what's going to happen here. And they spell it out at the end, but I'm not going to spoil it, as I said. Okay. I do like what's going on here, which is Banshee and Summoner return from one of the gateways. So there's a gateway that's Krakoa has set up, or that Apocalypse has set up. If you've been reading Excalibur, he set up a gateway to Otherworld, and they're not sure if mutants are the only ones that can go through it. They're not sure if others can go through that gate. So now they go to the Quiet Council and they're trying to figure out, should we just shut this gate down or what's going on? Cypher talks to Krakoa. Krakoa's like, no, we're not shutting anything down, because Krakoa had, I don't know if it's a companion or another part of it called Arakko, and that backstory is given in this book. So it's pretty interesting. The first third is really just getting this backstory out there so that everyone understands what's going on. This was actually the first time where they've just explained it perfectly, so everyone you should be able to understand what's going on. So this is good for that. It set you up so you're like, I understand what's happening. Okay, the next section of the book is Banshee was injured. He's returned. He's dead. They're resurrecting him. They're trying to read his mind to see what happened to him. Apocalypse, Summoner, who else? Beast, Polaris, Havoc, Monet. Who else is in there? They all kind of team up to go to Otherworld to see what the hell's going on, and Eunice, who was captured, is there, so they're trying to get him back. I really like this kind of thing. I like where you assemble a bunch of guys that don't really go together, like Havoc and Polaris. Okay, that's cool, but they got these random characters like Archangel's in there. And you're like, okay. So you got these and Siren, she's so good. So she's in there. So it's like this random, team. It's kind of like the Fellowship of the Ring. They gathered together all these people and they're like, okay, we're going on this mission. I love stuff like that. Fellowship of the Ring is a great movie. I love that movie. I love when guys get together or like a team is formed and they go out and do like a mission or whatever. So that was awesome. The next bit is Saturnine, who's in the Citadel, and she's just kind of like not caring about what's going on. You're like, well, what's her problem? So something happens with that. I'm not going to tell you. She's just there watching this play out. She's like, let me see my cards. She gets her cards out. The way to get the cards is a cool little thing on its own anyways. She gets the cards out, reads the cards, and that's where you see all the different cards. And there was a free comic book day thing that came out for X-Men that I think showed the cards, but I can show those to you. It's not really a spoiler. So you got some of the cards here. So you got Judgment, you got the Four of Wands, you got the Hanged Man, you got the Eight of Cups. All right, so you see all that. And then you got the Ten of Swords, which I guess this is what this is named after, or you can call it X of Swords. So yeah, that's basically what's going on. I can't really say much more without spoilers, to be honest, because there's a lot going on in this book, and I really don't want to spoil it all for you. I think you should read it. There's these images here which give you a layout. This layout was the white pages on this book was actually useful for once. I find that half the time I don't care about the white pages as much, but these ones were kind of useful, and this was very useful. I've posted these screenshots on my Twitter, so I'm at Lifetime Nerd. I realize I don't even have that in my bio, so I'm going to add that. At Lifetime Nerd is my handle. Check me out. I've posted this stuff. I post semi-regularly on Twitter, so follow me if you want to. But I did post screenshots of all this, so you guys can have that at your disposal. Okay, I'm going to end it there because I don't want to go too much more into this. If somebody wants to go more in depth, we can always talk in the comments. I'm pretty available, and I try to answer everything that I can. And I'm not an expert on X-Men, I'm not an expert, right? I'm just a regular guy reading X-Men, trying to get back my love of the characters from when I was younger, going through all this stuff. I've been trying to read as much as I can, back and forth, old stuff. I've been reading New Mutants again with Chris Claremont. I've been reading the Chris Claremont Giant Size and On issues. I've even went back to read X-Men #1. I read the first few of that with Stan Lee. So there's just a lot of X-Men stuff. I've even done some of the newer things as well. And I'm trying to catch up on all this I am caught up on all this Dawn of X stuff. So there's a lot of X-Men stuff to talk about here. So if I don't know something, or if I've missed something, or I've said something wrong, let me know. And I want to keep this as like an open dialogue. So if you guys, think I'm not the expert, I'm not going to tell you what it is. We're going to discuss this together. You might like some things about it, you might not like it. Let me know what you think about Ten of Swords. I'm really liking it so far. I know it seems like it's going to be a little cliched because of what happens in the ending, but I'm okay with that because I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. So if I'm excited to read the next one, that's how you judge a book. It's like how you judge a movie, how you judge an episode of a TV series. If you watch an episode of a show and you're like, oh, that was boring, and it's like, well, you want to watch the next one? If you don't want to watch the next one, then that episode failed. That's why I don't like this it'll get better theory that people seem to have with movies and with shows and with comics. Well, it gets better. Well, why am I buying 6 issues of a comic that sucks to get a 7th issue that's going to be great, Give me something from the beginning. And I think this gave me something from the beginning, and I'm excited to see where it leads. That's the point I'm trying to make. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like my stuff, like and subscribe, the usual stuff. That's it. All right, let me know what you guys thought of Ten of Swords. Until next time.